Hello, my name is Amanda Castro, and today I will be explaining the main differences between the novel To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee and the movie based on it, which features Gregory Peck. In both pieces, the main storyline remains the same. The story encompasses the life of Jean Louise, Jem, and Atticus Finch, who live in Macomb County, Alabama. Each version depicts childhood adventures, town scandals, and a moving trial that involves racial injustice. In these two pieces, there are also many striking differences. I've categorized these variations into two groups. First, character development, meaning how each character develops their personality and a role in the novel and movie. For most characters, such as Boo Radley and Miss Mowdy, the movie was an appropriate representation of the novel. However, with several of the main characters, the director changed their role and overall character development. Beginning with Jean Louise, commonly known as Scout, and Atticus Finch. In the movie, it seems that Mr. Finch takes center stage as the primary character throughout the entire film, while Scout is still the narrator. To highlight this difference, the film begins with Mr. Cunningham paying Mr. Finch back with hickory nuts. By doing so, Atticus Finch is immediately introduced, while the occasion of Jem and Scout meeting Dill and getting to know where he's from is moved to a different time. Another scene that placed Scout in the spotlight and showed her personality was her first day of school. This was also cut out of the movie to minimize the screen time that focuses on Scout's character. On another note, Jem was shown as more of a primary character than Scout in many instances. The film, unlike the novel, turned more into Jem's whereabouts and his brotherly role. For example, him finding the objects in the tree in front of the Radley house, and him going with Atticus to the Robinson family to announce Tom's death. Another character that I wanted to mention is Calpurnia, the Finch's maid. In the novel, Calpurnia was continually mentioned when the story moved inside the Finch home. She played a central role in raising the children and keeping the house in good condition, as Mr. Finch states in the novel. However, in the film, she is barely shown. Additionally, the scene that characterizes her personality is when she took the Finch children to church, and this was completely cut out. I believe that Calpurnia's character wasn't shown a lot because if she wasn't present much, then Mr. Finch's sister, Aunt Alexandra, wouldn't need to be present. Alexandra's role in the novel was to ensure Scout was being raised as a proper lady, and to keep an eye on the Finch children. In the film, she isn't mentioned at all, because the story's central character was shifted to Atticus Finch. Now moving on to the second category of variation, character relationship, meaning the center relationships of several characters that build the story itself. I would like to begin with Boo Radley and Scout. Although the film kept the entire Boo Radley adventure in which the children snuck into his porch and backyard the same, the film cut out the fire in Miss Mowdy's house, which means that the shocking moment when Mr. Radley covered Scout with a blanket while her and Jem were waiting in the cold was missed. Once again, I believe this was cut out to keep Atticus and the trial in center stage. Another relationship that was changed in the film was between Mrs. Dubois and Jem. The film entirely skips the part when Jem is forced to read to Miss Dubois after he ruined her flowers. By removing the scene, the film completely eliminated the relationship these two characters were building, and it eliminates Miss Dubois' death. I think the director left this part out because it was a deep moment where the children learned how to be compassionate to someone who is mean to them, and it had nothing to do with the trial or Atticus's role. Towards the end of the film, another minor but meaningful relationship is made between Atticus and Tom Robinson's family, specifically his father and children. In the film, the audience learns more about Tom Robinson's family and how Atticus gained knowledge of the people he would leave behind if he didn't get an appeal. In the novel, this scene never took place, and the Robinson children were mentioned only briefly. There are only minor relationship differences that the film didn't include, such as Miss Mowdy and Scout's mother-daughter-like relationship and Dill and Miss Rachel's relationship. However, overall, despite the numerous differences between the novel and the film, due to the time crunch, Gregory Peck accurately represented one of the overall themes of the novel, which is racial injustice. By concentrating on Atticus's role in the community, as well as Tom Robinson's family, Peck shifted the focus of the story entirely to the trial and the separation of blacks and whites. Thank you.